I know we're predicting and I know it's speculating, but I guess how do you respond to the doom and gloomers? And then, in your opinion, where will AI be heading?
What we're seeing is this exponential growth of the complexity of these large language models, and a lot of it has to do with AI scaling laws. And I feel like I just like vomited a lot of tech words in one sentence there. Um, it's a race to AGI. It's a race to artificial general intelligence, this kind of like singularity moment where AI is going to be as advanced as humans and can do all the things that humans can do. But the challenge with that is that the sophistication of these large language models is starting to kind of hit a logarithmic slope, if you will. And what I mean by that is it takes exponentially more data and exponentially more computing power for linear improvements in these models. So we
Hmm.
already have pretty good models. To get to the next stage, you need an exponent more of data and you need an exponent more of computing power just for that, kind of marginal increase. So what that is driving is the massive amounts of investment in AI, diminishing returns on compute and data. What it's also driving is we actually might have a shortage of data. I said from 2018 to 2020, we created more data than the history of the world before that. We're starting to run to an outer limit of all the data that artificial intelligence has processed. The low-hanging fruit has been digested by these models. So there's an impetus to create even more data. There's an impetus to create synthetic data, which I think is probably the most mind-boggling idea of all of artificial intelligence, which is, can you have AI create data and then train itself on it? It's like telling an AI, go write a textbook and learn from it. Uh, but it actually does have value. Think about autonomous vehicles for a second. You could train autonomous vehicles by having all these drivers drive on a road and the AI is learning from it, right? It's going to see you just parallel parked, you just kind of went into the other lane to get around the UPS driver. But what if you could do that even faster? Because one AI created a digital world, a virtual world, and another AI is the driver driving through that world.
Huh.
And the AI is learning from how that driver is driving through that world. It's creating synthetic data. Nothing's actually happening. This is like two computers interacting with each other.
Right.
But you can create a ton of data and you can throw different experiences at that AI driver through that virtual world. And suddenly you're creating all this synthetic data. So, extrapolate that to a lot of different fields and we can create data to train artificial intelligence.